Well, hello there, stamping friends. This is Traci Raether from Plum Crazy Stamping, and today is October 15th, 2025, and it's time for our weekly card making lesson. So, as you come online today, please sign in the comments and let me know your name and where you're watching from. And if you're on YouTube, please make sure you're signed into your YouTube or Google account, and then you can use the comments to sign in. Also, please ask any paper crafting questions that you have. And if you have any feedback on the projects or questions about announcements that I'm going to share today. I have 7 different things to share with you today, and I can't wait. I can't believe it's the middle of October. I can't believe that next week, Wednesday, is my birthday. We're going to do something fun in relationship to that. So more coming at the end of this video about that. If you watch this on the replay, you can still use the comments and you can still ask questions and I will still respond to you. And hi, Kim. I'm great today. It's raining outside, so I'm very focused on my crafting today. I use rainy days to just channel all my energy inside and here in my craft room. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. A lot to cover. Oh, your son's birthday's on the 18th, so you're also going to be doing some celebrating, Kim. That's awesome. Okay, well, let me go ahead. I'm going to put the camera down so that you can see the card that we're going to do as the first project today. All right, so now last week I told you that my really good friend Lisa came and did some card designing for me. This is the second card that she made, and I think it is so pretty. Now, this is already making me feel nostalgic about summer in Door County. I can't believe my vacation time that I spent there is already over, but I'll tell you, I'm already booking for next year. And this so reminds me of the time watching the water there with all the sailboats they have. Anyway, we're going to delve into a little bit on two-tone cardstock today and what's the secret inside. We're going to do some two-step stamping. We're going to do some embossing. And we're going to use a set that is an online exclusive and has a really a number of great benefits to it. So let me show you what I'm going to use to make this card today. So we have the hybrid embossing folder. So this not only embosses, this is called the Sunrise Sailing hybrid folder. You can also put, now where'd my die go for this? Don't tell me I lost that already. He got stuck on the back of my computer because it's magnetic or it's metal and my computer sticks on it. Now you can also, at the same time, be cutting something out while you're doing the embossing. You can also be inking this up. Lots of things that you can do, and I know that you have seen many other things that I've done with this suite. So there is also a stamp set. So we're going to use 2 of these sentiments, and we're going to be using the sailboat and the seagull today. And then it also has a beautiful set of dies. And today we're just going to be using the big sailboat die. So we're going to keep a little focused on that. So let's set these other parts and pieces aside. I've got all my stamps on the acrylic block, and let's bring in the parts and pieces to create this card. So we'll just set our card here. We're just going to use some basic white, thick cardstock to create our card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I have it scored at 4 1/4. So this is going to fit perfectly in a medium envelope. So we've got our card base. And then I'm going to use Secret C, which I can't believe how much I am loving this color. I'm so used to of grabbing for Night of Navy when I'm doing kind of sailboat pictures. Well, Secret Sea is another choice, and I'm really loving it. So we've got that as our cardstock layer here. We're also going to be using that for our ink. And then in the two-tone cardstock, I've also chosen another one of the in colors called Cloud Cover. Now, this is really neat because it has two different tones of color on one 12 by 12 sheet. So this is the darker cloud cover and then the lighter cloud cover. Now, we're going to leave the lighter color facing up. Then I've just got a scrap of basic white here to do my stamping for the sailboat. And I also have, let's see, just so I don't forget to give you the measurements. The Secret Sea is 5 by 3 3/4, so that we have a little bit bigger frame around it. The two-tone cloud cover piece of two-tone cardstock is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then the little label here is 1/4 inch by 3 1/2 inches that we're going to put our sentiment for the front of the card. I've also got some linen thread in kind of a natural color that I'm going to be using today. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get our stamping done first, and then we'll be moving on to doing some embossing and a secret technique to bring out something in our two-tone cardstock. So let's go ahead. Now I am going to be using the stamp set is photopolymer. So I'm going to pull my Pierce mat up here to do my stamping. And I'm going to use Secret Sea as my first ink color. And I've got the sailboat here all on my block. So I'm just going to tap on my stamp pad because this one is the new ink color. So we know that that is juicy. And I don't want to make a mess in what I'm doing, right? Okay, so we've got our sailboat image. I'll just set these back up here. Now the two-step stamping, I can make this bottom of the boat any color that I want. I am going to just fill it in with Secret Sea today. I've used pecan pie to make it a wooden sailboat. You could use basic gray if you wanted it to be gray. Yeah, I mean, you could use any color that you want, but we're just going to keep things simple today. So now the thing is, I want to be looking over the top here. Make sure I put this down where it belongs. And there we go. Even it's a little tipped, but it's art, right? There we go. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the sail on here. So, oh, you know what? While I have my Secret Sea here, let me do my sentiment right away as well. Might as well get all of that done, then I can just close up this ink pad. So I'm going to be doing congratulations here. And I'm going to stamp this off. Let me see here. I think to the right. Because of the side where I want to put my sentiment on the card. So we've got our congratulations. And you know what? I actually want to go inside the card here as well. So I'm just going to set this here, slide this over so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to use the sentiment, "You deserve the best," on the inside. So let me get that inked up. Okay, we've got that done. And I'm going to put a little water in the bottom here. And let's see, I don't know if I have scrap paper down here or not. Ah, yes, I do. Because I might go off the edge of the card here. So I'm going to put that here, and then I have some water. I'm going to use my Secret C for that too, just to do a little something inside instead of having nothing in here. So we've got that. And let's see, we'll add a little bit there. And I tell you what, I am going to actually fold this over so I can get a little bit in this corner. Extra. There. Okay, that is enough water. Okay, so we've got the inside of our card. Let's go ahead, and now we're ready to put the real red sail in place. So now I can close up my Secret C, get out the real red. Hi, Sue, and hi, Betty. All right, so two-step stamping. We've got a second stamp that's a part of this whole image. And this way we can change the color in here. And I love this red color with Night of Navy or Secret Sea. Strawberry Slush would also be very pretty. Okay, so there we've got our real red sail blowing in the wind. All right. So now let's go ahead and create that two-tone card layer we've talked about. So I'm going to bring out my embossing folder first. I'm going to take the special two-tone cardstock. Remember, I'm using the lighter side up, and I am going to center this so that I literally am going to be getting parts of the clouds. I'm going to be, let's see here. Going to get part of the clouds. I am going to get part of the whole sailboat, and I'm going to get some water, and there's a couple gulls in here. All right, I'm going to go put this on my cut and emboss machine and bring it right back. I'll remind you the label of Stampin' Up! Is the front, and so that means the images will be popped up. But when I put this through my cut and emboss machine, I put the folded hinge to the back. So let me just do that quick. All right, and through the magic of this machine, we have got our beautiful embossed design. I'll just set that aside while I want to cut out my sailboat. So let's go ahead and do that with the die. And now I just need my base plate here. And we'll set our design on here, and we'll get our die. And I'm going to use a little bit of my Post-it note correction paper that's all sticky. It works great to hold this die in place. I don't want it to move. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and there we have our beautiful sailboat. All right. Now we're ready to do the little secret technique here we have to bring out the best in our two-tone cardstock. So this is called a sanding block. And you may or may not know that inside of this two-tone cardstock is actually a white core. So I am going to just rub very lightly on the top of this cardstock so that we can see the white core. So I want that detail in my clouds. Okay, so you can see that. Now I'm going to go over here to this other side of these clouds. Okay. Now, if you don't have a sanding block, which when Lisa started doing this the day we were stamping together, ask me if you think I could find my sanding block. The answer is no. So I said, but I have a nail file. You want to try that? So let's see what happens when you use a nail file. Guess what? That will work too. You have to be a little bit more careful about keeping this level, but it will certainly work. Okay, let's go down here and let's do the water. Now, what would you think about doing evergreen trees in mossy meadow two-tone cardstock and then rubbing this and make it look like you have snow on the trees? I like that this makes the water look like it's glistening. Let's just get all of our little shaved stuff off of here. But now, doesn't that give this a totally different appearance? And all I needed to do was sand off and see the core of the cardstock. Okay. So that, yes, is the use of a sanding block. All right, I want to do a little highlight with the seagulls before I put the card together. So let me just get my Secret C back out here and my little seagull stamp. And we'll get just a couple of these in place here. Okay, good to go. All right, so now for the easy part. Let's just put our card together. So I'm going to glue the Secret C on as my first layer. Okay, and then the cloud cover two-tone cardstock is my next layer. All right, now I want to pop up my sailboat, so I'm going to use dimensionals for that. Put a small dimensional up here at the top. And we'll get some bigger dimensionals down here, and I think I will line up small ones. Actually, you know what's nice? I'm going to cut some of the side of this and put this right on my boat. And I think I'll use a little one then on the end and on the other end. Okay. And then I'm going to put this right over the image, which is also raised. So this really has some height on the front of the card. And then the congratulations, I am also going to pop up, but I'm going to make a banner end on this first. So let me just, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to keep it that long is fine. I'm going to just nip right in the center here so I can create the tails of the banner. All right. And I'm going to get some dimensionals for the back of this, and I think I'm going to continue using the sides of my dimensionals to do that. Let's put them right here. The sides of these really work great to put a long sentiment on. And that's just going to go right down here. And then I'm going to add just a little bitty bow to accent this. Let me see if I just cut this off here. I'm going to see if I can do a double bow. Let's see here. All right, maybe I didn't make a big enough piece here. Well, I got that in a knot. Oh, happy Wednesday. Extra little knot in there too. All right, let me just try a single bow and then I'll just layer them. Let's get another piece here. How many of you need to change your plan halfway through when it doesn't work so well? Yeah. Being flexible. It's a good thing I'm getting older. I'm more flexible as I get older. I'm also a little more patient. but I still have a ways to go in that regard. All right, so I'm going to layer these first with a little adhesive dot in the middle of those knots. Get my take your pick tool. And let's just get the adhesive part here and roll it up into a little ball. Okay, and I will put it right between the two bows. It doesn't want to leave my finger. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to trim the tails here. And let's go ahead and put it on our card, and then I'll trim it again. And I'm just making another little ball to go on the back here. There we go. And we'll trim both sides. There. So isn't that fun when you have the cardstock that's a little bit special, and then the different tools that are in the suite, including the hybrid embossing folder, the stamps, and the dies. All right. So let's go on to the other fun things I have for you today. If you have any questions on this, don't hesitate to ask. So the first thing I want to show you is I got some of the new November online exclusives, and it's in the new packaging. So one of the bundles is this new banner punch, I believe this is called. See, there are 3 different kind of banners, so that's kind of crazy with all the light. And then there are these sayings that all fit in this. So these packages are longer than our former die packages. So here's the difference in the size. This is what one would be before, and then now they are 9 inches long. I'm going to have to adjust some of my shelving if I put it there, but otherwise these will really fit well in a basket. This opens up, and we've got the usual thing that always tells us about the name, shows us actual size. In light of making these bigger, they're hoping that you see more the real size of the stamps and the dies themselves. You'll now have pictures of the dies, which we've not had before. It still tells us how many stamps there are, which is always helpful. And then here's the set of stamps. Now, what I've seen people doing, and I just opened this box yesterday, so I've not done it yet, but they're actually stamping the stamps on here, letting it dry because this is shiny, but then you can put these away and you'll always be able to check against the stamped image that you made that you have all the stamps. So just kind of an inside tip there. So this is really fun. I can't wait to use this. Set that off to the side here. And then I'm ready for Valentine's Day. Here's one called Valentine Kisses. These little bears, so cute. And then the matching dies. Now, how nice is this to be able to see your dies as well? And they're both the same size so that you can put them right behind one another, either on your shelf or in the basket, easy to find. And then I also got this Petals of Beauty. And once again, matching dies with the flowers. Very, very excited. So I just wanted to give you a peek at the new cases. And now we'll be eventually transitioning over to all of this packaging. But these were products that are November online exclusives, were the first ones that came out like this. Okay. Next. So I want to show you, I think I had shown this to you last time, but the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. This is actually a box. I have it. I got it in the mail. I'm so excited. And it is $99. And then you can decide what 12 days you're going to give yourself this Advent calendar. Like if you want to open it right before Christmas, that would be perfect. This is like a perfect Christmas gift that someone in your family, a friend, or you can give to yourself. And that's what I decided to do because I also wanted to share it with you early. So let me share it with you as it's come in this box, because I'm going to do something very special with this too in January. So, oops, now it's upside down. Here we go. So take it out of first the big box it comes in. Then it is in plastic. Let's get that open. Oh my gosh, this is a couple inches thick, you guys. So this is going to be Christmas early for me. And I am going to tell you that if you don't want to see the day one door being open, then look away, because I don't want to wreck the surprise for you if you intend to do this on your own. Now, the thing that you get that isn't a surprise in here is you get 2 stamp sets as a part of this Advent calendar. And the stamps that come along with it, there's one of sentiments, and it actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sentiments plus this little heart. And then the second stamp set has flowers, cupcakes, butterflies, some foliage, and these are for all occasions. So it may be a Christmas Advent calendar, but it's really to make all occasion cards. Okay, so that's the first thing. You get it and you'll see it when you get the delivery. Okay, it's not inside the box. So I'm just going to open this up so that you can see all of the different doors. So they're marked 1 through 12. So, you know, you can pick whenever you're going to open one at a time. Now, over the next period of time here, I'm going to every once in a while open a door to kind of share with you the things that are in here to help you decide if this is something you want. And then I also am going to be planning for an event. So on, let's see here, January 10th of 2026, I believe that is the second Saturday, from 10 until 12, I am going to do a free class for anybody that buys this Advent calendar from me. Now, the thing that is going on is these are only while supplies last. So that's why I bought mine right away. I did not want them to run out. And this class is going to be a $30 value. I know that I'm going to do at least 3 projects, but there's probably going to be a lot more because there's a lot of stuff in here, right? So more to come on that. But just so you know, if you buy this from Plum Crazy Stamping, then I will give you you'll be invited free to this class. People that are hobbyists and will be ordering this, on their own, you can come to class, but it will be the $29.95 for you. But I would welcome you to join us in class. Now I got to get this open. So it's got a little perforated edge here, but I don't want to rip my door. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if you don't want to see what's in here, look away. I'm going to show people on camera what it is, but I will not say what it is. Okay. So close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to show everyone and then I'll put it away. So I'm going to show them now so they can see. Okay. And I put it back, so now you can open your eyes again. And we'll just go back to saying that's really fun. I can't wait. And we'll continue to open doors and see what's in here. So once again, that class is going to be January 10th in the new year so that you can actually open these as Advent calendar for Christmas. Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you is something that is coming out, and you'll be getting an email from me tomorrow. And so many of you have shared with me when we're in crops, or you ask me questions and send me emails about how to fix mistakes. And so I decided to create an oops proof your crafts creative fixes for common errors. So you can see right here on the cover is a very common error, these halos that happen. Well, I've put more than one way to take care of that inside this guide. So this is, let's see here. What do we have? We have 9 pages of information about fixing things, and I'm giving you before and after shots. I'm giving you tips on how I did it. I'm giving you written information about how to fix things, and also how to prevent these oopsies from happening, right? So if you were in the card challenge with me, you know that I think 4 out of 5 days I did boo-boos. Well, now you'll know how to fix them. I am going to launch this at $12. Regular value will be $17, but for this week that I am offering this as an initial launch, it'll be $12. So it will start with an email that I am sending out to you tomorrow, and it will also be on my Facebook business page. So if you have any trouble getting that, don't hesitate to email me, and I will make sure that you get the link. And then the other thing that I want to remind you of is this 4-card free tutorial using the Gathering Together suite. And remember, you can use these card designs that are in here with any suite that you have, but the exact suite that this is using is the Gathering Together from Stamping Up. And I will email this to you at the end of the month, so you have plenty of time to make autumn and Thanksgiving cards using this tutorial, and that's free. Okay, and then the last thing is, I told you next week is my birthday. So when I was in college, I started something called a purple party. And on my birthday, I would have a purple party, and my friends would come from wherever they were going to college, or if they weren't in college, they'd come from my hometown, and we would have a purple party. And it was so much fun. So I was laying in bed this morning thinking, why does all the fun have to be over? I think I want to celebrate with a purple party, and I want to celebrate with all of you. So I'm going to be sending out emails and put some Facebook posts on and kind of let you know what's going on, because it's not all in place yet. But 2 things I want to give you a heads up. That starting next week, there'll be an opportunity for you to post birthday cards, whether it be on my business page or in the Facebook group called Card Conversations. It's the Plum Crazy Stamping Card Conversations Facebook. And for every birthday card that you post online, I'm going to give you a chance to win a prize. Then the other thing we're going to do for fun is, I don't know about you, but I have over the years collected so many birthday stamp sets, birthday punches, birthday paper, anything that you have that's paper crafting and birthday related. If you put a picture of that on the Plum Crazy Stamping business page, or in the Facebook Card Conversations group, I'm also going to have a second drawing about those type of birthday products. And let's see, when we look into our stash, how many fun things we have to make birthday cards, birthday scrapbook pages, birthday gifts, I guess. And I just think it'll be a really fun. I've got a really fun hat I'm going to wear next Wednesday. I'm going to actually be making a birthday card. I bet you it's going to be purple. And I'm going to see what else I can think up this week. So I want you to enjoy my birthday as much as I do. And I hope that you will win a prize by sharing birthday cards and sharing birthday stuff. So with that being said, let me just look. I'm looking at my list to make sure I haven't shared or forgotten to share stuff with you. I want to remind you, for those of you that registered for the card challenge crop, you just needed to register. You should have received your link, and we're going to be hopping on Zoom at 2:00 today. And we're going to have our regular questions and answers. We're going to do a challenge with our challenge item that I have emailed out to you. And then we're going to have some project time for the remainder of the 2 hours we're together until 4:00 today. Anyway, as always, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. I know that I just love this card, and it just makes me happy. Anyway, with that being said, happy stamping, friends, and I can't wait to see you next week at my birthday bash. It's going to be a purple party. Bye-bye.